With 5 simple words, a stranger's heartwarming confession transformed her life in seconds. Every morning, as the sun danced through the diner's windows, Lisa poured coffee for the early risers, each cup steaming with warmth, a small comfort amid the chaos of her life. She blinked back tears while serving pancakes, their syrupy sweetness a stark contrast to the bitterness of her struggles. At 28, with an 8-year-old daughter, Mia, she was the picture of resilience juggling 2 jobs, her heart heavy with the weight of economic hardship that loomed like an ominous cloud overhead. "Here you go, John," she said, her voice bright despite the fatigue hanging like a shadow over her shoulders. John, a gentle-eyed veteran, smiled back, his presence a soothing balm during long shifts. They shared quick words, each conversation lending her strength. Despite the diner being filled with laughter, Lisa felt isolated by financial woes and the judgment of others. But it was one particular morning that shook her world. "You remind me of my daughter. She worked hard too," John said, his voice thick with emotion. The weight of his words wrapped around her like a warm blanket, igniting a flicker of hope. Yet, just as swiftly, insecurities began to swirl. Was she enough for Mia? Would she ever rise above her struggles? But just as she was beginning to feel lighter, devastating news struck. Mia had been bullied at school. Other children mocked her about their tiny apartment and meals of instant ramen. It sliced through Lisa like a knife. Seeing her daughter flinch at the thought of going to school pulled at Lisa's heart like a harsh reminder of all they faced. In her hurried attempts to comfort Mia, she only created a rift, the gap widening in their already fragile world. Just when despair weighed heavy, something magical happened. A surge of unity came from the diner's community. Families, friends, and patrons joined forces, organizing a small fundraiser for Lisa, sharing homemade pie and collective strength. They reminded her that family isn't just blood. It's community forged through shared stories of resilience. As they rallied behind her, Lisa felt a spark ignite deep inside. Was there hope for a better tomorrow? Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you could drop a like, it really helps me with reach seriously. It makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. Standing before the gathered patrons that fateful evening, her heart raced. Overwhelmed with gratitude, she trembled under the weight of their applause. Tears brimmed in her eyes as she tried to thank them, the words tangling in her throat. Did they see her as a charity case? Or as a strong mother fighting to ensure her daughter never felt the sting of judgment? The tension filled the air like static electricity, leaving them hanging on a whisper of unspoken fears. And there she stood, a single mother with a fragile dream. Could she open her heart to accept their kindness? Would she finally find the courage to accept the love that surrounded her? The room filled with claps faded into the background, leaving Lisa at a crossroads, hoping for a clearer path ahead, ready to embrace whatever would come next. The room gradually quieted as Lisa took a breath, letting the moment settle. "Thank you," she managed, her voice shaky but steady. "Thank you all for being here." The flickering candlelight mirrored the warmth she felt blooming in her chest, a feeling she hadn't experienced in a long time. The faces surrounding her were more than just acquaintances, they were her community, a mosaic of stories woven together by shared hardships and triumphs. As she glanced at Mia, sitting wide-eyed at the edge of the crowd, Lisa felt a surge of protectiveness. She wanted to shield her from the world's harshness, but also show her strength. In that instant, she knew she had to give herself the same love she often offered to others. "This isn't just for me. It's for my daughter," Lisa continued, her voice gathering momentum. "And for every person here who is struggling." The applause grew louder, more unifying, and a few patrons shouted words of encouragement, their voices blending into a chorus of support that wrapped around Lisa. She could feel each cheer lifting her spirit, reminding her that she wasn't alone. Could she dare to believe in a brighter tomorrow? As the night rolled forward, the diner pulsed with life. Laughter mingled with the clinking of forks and chatter, and Lisa slipped into the rhythm of the evening, moving between tables, sharing smiles and thanks. She watched Mia as she made friends' laughter spark between the other children, creating a bubble of joy that momentarily shielded them from the past as harsh realities. But then, as Lisa served dessert to a neighbor, she noticed a shadow linger just outside the window. It was a figure she recognized, the school principal, Mr. Thompson. He was known for his stern demeanor, and the sight of him sent a wave of anxiety through her. What could he want now? The world fell silent around Lisa as Mr. Thompson entered the diner. Behind his formal exterior, she sensed an urgency about him, something that made her skin prickle with unease. "Lisa," he said, walking straight to her, "can we talk?" His voice held the weight of authority, an echo of the challenges she faced at school with Mia. She nodded slowly, feeling a knot form in her stomach. As they stepped away from the celebration, Lisa's heart thudded heavily against her ribcage. Was this a conversation about Mia and the bullying? Outside, the cool breeze hit her face, but it didn't calm her nerves. Mr. Thompson crossed his arms, his expression unreadable. "I've been hearing about the fundraiser, the way the community has rallied around you," he began. "I want to talk about how we can support Mia at school." But before she could process his words, a voice shouted from the side street. "Hey, Mia, come play." It was a group of children, inviting her daughter into their game, their laughter ringing like bells in the night. Lisa's heart soared, but the principal's next words shattered her bubble. "We need to address the bullying, Lisa. It's serious. I can't ignore it any longer." The weight of his words collapsed onto her, pulling her into uncertainty. How could she protect her daughter? Could the community's love and this newfound hope be enough to carry them through the storm? With each moment that passed, Lisa felt the pressure gathering. She had fought her battles, but this was different. This was personal, and it could mean the difference between Mia thriving or facing a harsh world alone. As she stood at the edge of this new challenge, one thought rang clear: was she ready to face the fight, not just for herself, but for Mia? What path would she choose now that the stakes felt so high? The answer hung in the air, tantalizingly out of reach, as she prepared to take the next step forward. Lisa stood outside the diner, her breath hitching in her throat. The fun and laughter just a few steps away felt like a world apart. Address the bullying? The words echoed in her mind like a relentless drumbeat, overshadowing the warmth of the community's support. She turned to face Mr. Thompson, his expression serious but softened slightly by concern. "What do you mean? What is really going on with Mia?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Mr. Thompson sighed, his shoulders dropping slightly, and for a moment she saw the man behind the principal's office. "I'm hearing things from teachers and students. It's more than just the usual teasing. It's affecting her, Lisa. We can't ignore it." Lisa felt as if the ground beneath her was crumbling. She had hoped that as Mia had begun to make friends, maybe the tide would turn. But she's finally starting to be happy. How can I make her stronger? Strength isn't just about resilience. It's about community support too, and that includes the school. He stepped closer, lowering his voice further. "We need to involve Mia in a program that helps kids feel empowered, not just to stand up for themselves, but to know they're not alone in this fight." Hope flickered in her chest. "You think a program could help her?" "I know it can, but she'll need your support as well," he said. Suddenly, movement caught her eye. Mia was a small figure, playfully darting between her new friends, her laughter ringing out like a burst of sunlight. Lisa couldn't help but smile. That laughter was her beacon. Yet, shadows loomed just beyond that joy, dark and daunting. "Mom, look," Mia called out, running over with her hands extended like a joyful bird preparing to take flight. "I made a new friend." Lisa crouched down to meet her daughter's excitement. She tried to mirror Mia's happiness, but the knot in her stomach tugged painfully. "That's wonderful, sweetheart. What is his name?" "Atreyu. He loves dinosaurs too. Mia beamed, her brown curls bouncing. Lisa tried to keep the tension from her face as Mr. Thompson stood silently at her side, observing the scene with a mix of concern and admiration. Remember, Mia, it's important to tell me or any adult if someone is being mean to you, she said gently. Okay, Mommy, but nobody is mean. They play with me. Mia reassured her, oblivious to the dark clouds forming just over the horizon of her childhood. As the moments blended together, a wave of worry crashed over Lisa. Would these sweet moments be overshadowed by the harsh realities of judgment and cruelty? She glanced back at the principal. So what do we do next? Mr. Thompson took a deep breath. I'll set up a meeting with you and the school counselor. We can start addressing the bullying directly, working with both teachers and students. Together, we can create a safe space for Mia and all kids facing similar challenges. Thank you, Lisa whispered, sincerity flooding her voice. I'll do whatever it takes to protect her. But as she watched Mia spin and twirl, her innocence a fragile armor against the world, Lisa's heart ached. Could she truly be the formidable advocate Mia needed? All her life, she had fought for others, had cheered from the sidelines, but this fight was different. It was for her daughter, the most important person in her life. As the sun began to set, casting golden rays that filtered through the trees, Lisa steeled herself. They could make it through this, but what would it take to ensure Mia realized her own power? The next chapter of their lives was just beginning, but not without its trials. And just as Lisa turned to share a moment with Mia, a voice from behind her caught her off guard. Excuse me, are you Lisa? The unexpected question hung in the air, heavy with the promise of change. What could this stranger want? And how would it affect the fragile path Lisa and Mia were beginning to carve together? Lisa turned slowly, her heart skipping a beat. The voice was calm, yet there was a tremor in it that hinted at something deeper. She faced a woman, maybe in her late 30s, with tired eyes and an earnest expression. The late afternoon light cast a soft glow around her, emphasizing the shadows of concern on her face. Yes, I'm Lisa, she replied, searching the stranger's eyes for clarity. Can I help you? I'm Sarah, the woman said, glancing nervously at Mia, who was still lost in her play. I'm actually here for Mia. Lisa felt her defenses rise. For Mia? How do you know her? Please, just hear me out, Sarah urged, her voice trembling. I saw what you were doing with Mr. Thompson. I witnessed how you were trying to support your daughter. I want to help. Help? Lisa echoed, skeptical yet intrigued. How can you help? I was bullied as a kid, like Mia. I went through the same things that you're worried about now. I didn't have someone like you to stand up for me. Sarah took a deep breath, her hands clenching at her sides. I've started a support group for kids, a place where they can talk, where they can feel safe. Lisa's brows furrowed. A support group? For kids? How does that work? The program is designed to empower them, Sarah clarified. We focus on building confidence, creating friendships, and most importantly, teaching them that they're not alone. Each of them shares their stories, and they quickly realize there are others out there who understand. Hope flickered anew in Lisa's chest, but doubt hung stubbornly around it. And Mia would be okay? She wouldn't be pressured? Mia would be free to express herself, Sarah said, her eyes shining with passion. We create a nurturing environment where kids feel safe. I know it can help. Lisa, it helped me. If Mia's there, surrounded by her peers, she might just find her courage. Lisa knew she had to consider it. Are you sure it would make a difference? What if it's not enough? Sarah stepped closer, her voice steady. Every little bit counts. Sometimes it's just about knowing you're not alone in this fight. As Lisa's heart wrestled with uncertainty, she cast a glance at Mia, who now giggled in delight as her friends chased after her. That laughter, that joy, it stirred something fierce within her. Okay, Lisa finally said, her heart racing. Let's try it. I want Mia to have every opportunity to be strong. Great. We meet every Tuesday and Thursday, Sarah replied, her expression brightening. I'll send you more details, and you'll see how much she'll grow with this. Just then, Mia bounded toward them, cheeks flushed with excitement. Mom, can we go get ice cream? Atreyu says he wants to come too. Lisa nodded, her heart swelling with emotion. Of course, sweetheart. Let us celebrate your new friendship. As they walked toward the ice cream shop, Lisa felt a mix of anxiety and hope. She truly wanted to give Mia the tools she needed to face the world. But in the back of her mind, another question lingered. What if this support group led to more than just healing? As reality hit, Lisa suddenly caught a glimpse of someone from the corner of her, one of Mia's classmates standing across the street, watching intently. Fear tugged at her heart. Was the darkness already closing in again? The bell above the ice cream shop door jingled as they entered, a cheerful sound that contrasted sharply with the knot in Lisa's stomach. She watched Mia run to the counter, her little hands pressed against the glass, eyes wide with wonder at the array of colorful flavors. Lisa's heart swelled at Mia's innocence, but the weight of Sarah's words echoed in her mind. A support group? Would that be enough? And what about the classmate across the street, watching like a hawk? It felt like shadows loomed, even under the bright lights of the shop. Can I have bubblegum and sprinkles, please? Mia chimed, her laughter ringing through the air like a sweet melody. Lisa tried to push her worries aside. To focus on this moment, the joy radiating from her daughter was the brightest thing she had seen in weeks. They ordered their ice cream, and as Lisa watched the server scoop generous portions, she felt a momentary reprieve from her concerns. But just as they sat down, Mia's laughter faded. Lisa followed her daughter's gaze to the window, where several kids stood outside, glancing in. Mom, Mia said softly, her voice turning small. Those kids are from my class. Do you think they saw me? Lisa felt a chill run down her spine. This was the fear she had tried to shield Mia from, the very thing that had brought them here. It's okay, sweetheart. If they saw you, then they saw you smiling. That's what matters, right? Mia didn't look convinced. What if they say something mean again? The very question made Lisa's heart ache. She reached for Mia's hand, squeezing it in reassurance. You are so brave, you know? And soon, you'll have other kids around you who understand what you're going through. People who will support you. Mia looked down, still hesitant. Will I really? Lisa put on a brave face. Absolutely. With the group, you'll meet friends who felt what you have. It'll all be a place where you can just be yourself. You don't have to be scared anymore. Just then, a sudden ruckus outside made them both jump. A group of older kids burst into the shop, laughing and pushing each other, their boisterous energy filling the room. As they passed by, one of them, the one from across the street, turned and shot a glance right at Mia. Lisa felt her heart race, anxiety creeping back in. The boy smirked and whispered something to his friends, who erupted with laughter. Mia shrank back, her eyes wide. Mom, I want to go home, she whispered, tears glistening in her eyes. No, sweetheart. Let us stay. Lisa insisted, though doubt gnawed at her. What if this was too much? Let us finish our ice cream. You're strong, and we're going to be just fine. But even as she spoke, Lisa's voice felt shaky, just like her resolve. Across the shop, the boy's laughter echoed in her ears, a cruel reminder that the fight wasn't over. She watched as Mia's eyes dropped to her half-eaten cone, the happiness draining from her. Hey, can I tell you something? Lisa leaned in closer, her heart racing, needing to inspire strength in her daughter. I believe in you. We'll face the world together, one step at a time. As they sat there, a soft warmth enveloped them, an unspoken bond emerging amid the chaos. But with every laugh from the boys outside, a flicker of fear ignited in Lisa. What if she couldn't protect Mia from these bullies? What if the support group wasn't enough? Suddenly, the ice cream shop door swung open again, and another familiar face appeared. It was Sarah, and she was looking right at them. Something about her presence ignited a spark of hope in Lisa's chest, and Lisa felt herself wondering what news could Sarah bring that might shift this moment. Would it be the answer to everything she feared? Sarah strode toward them, her expression a mix of determination and warmth. She was a whirlwind of energy, and in that moment, Lisa felt a flicker of comfort. The familiar sight of her friend approaching felt like a shield against the laughter and stares pouring in through the windows. Hey, you too, Sarah greeted, her voice bright enough to cut through the somber cloud that hung over the table. I thought I might find you here. Mind if I join? Mia's eyes darted to Lisa, searching for permission. Lisa nodded, and a small smile broke through her daughter's solemnity. Sure, the more the merrier, she replied, forcing a cheerful tone despite her restless heart. Sarah settled in. The boys outside continued their raucous laughter. But somehow, with Sarah nearby, that noise felt less threatening. What are you eating? Sarah asked, leaning into Mia. That looks delicious. It's bubble gum with sprinkles, Mia exclaimed, her excitement slowly returning, just from Sarah's presence. Lisa watched, her heart lifting as Sarah engaged Mia with questions about her favorite games and what she loved most about school. There was an ease about Sarah that could break through the toughest of shells. Lisa couldn't help but be grateful for it. I saw you today, Sarah said gently. You were so brave at the park. I'm proud of you, you know. Mia's cheeks flushed, and she looked down, fingers tracing the edge of her ice cream cone. Thanks, she murmured, a shy smile peeking through. That support group is going to be amazing for you, Sarah added, her eyes locking onto Mia's with sincerity. It's a safe space, and you'll meet other kids just like you. You'll see. You'll make friends who really understand. Mia looked up, a glimmer of hope in her big brown eyes. Really? You think I'll make friends? Absolutely, Sarah declared, her voice strong. You'll see. You're so special, and anyone would be lucky to have you as a friend. Lisa was caught off guard by the unexpected movement in her chest. Hearing Sarah speak with such conviction stirred something deep inside her. This support group might really hold the key for Mia. As Mia considered Sarah's words, the door swung open once more, frigid air sweeping in as another group of people approached. Lisa instinctively tensed, anxiety bubbling forth again. But to her surprise, it was Mrs. Thompson, the school counselor, followed by a few children. Look who I found, Mrs. Thompson exclaimed, waving as she approached. The children around her, including some of Mia's classmates, looked excited yet tentative. Mia, one of the girls piped up, her voice nearly drowned out by the bustle. We were just talking about you. We started a new club at school, and we want you to join. Mia exchanged quick glances with Lisa and Sarah, her mouth slightly agape. A club? Yes. The girl nodded enthusiastically. It's all about having fun and helping each other. We saw some stuff at school, and we think it's super important for everyone to be friends. You should totally come. Lisa felt her breath catch. This was it. The moment they dreamed of but feared might never happen. Mia's face brightened, and Lisa could feel her heart swelling with pride and disbelief. Mia, what do you think? Lisa prompted, her own excitement bubbling up alongside her protective instincts. This could be an amazing opportunity. Mia's gaze met Sarah's, then flickered back to the girl's hopeful face. Can I think about it? Just for a second? Of course, the girl replied, her smile unwavering. Lisa held her breath as Mia stared at her ice cream again, lost in thought. Okay, I want to join, Mia suddenly declared, her voice ringing with newfound confidence. The laughter of the older boys faded to the background, replaced by a chorus of cheer. Hey! The kids around her chimed, and Sarah beamed at her, eyes full of encouragement. As the conversation swirled, Lisa sat back, heart racing. Was this enough to protect Mia? Was this the change they were looking for? And just then, Sarah leaned closer, lowering her voice earnestly. You know, sometimes a single moment can change everything. Lisa's heart raced. What was about to unfold? Could it be even bigger than this? Mia's declaration hung in the air, reverberating with a buzz of hopeful voices. A club, a place where she could belong. Lisa's heart fluttered, echoing Mia's excitement. But beneath the thrill, a tidal wave of questions crashed over her. Would this be enough? Would Mia truly be accepted? Mrs. Thompson clapped her hands, drawing the kids' attention. All right, everyone, let us gather around so we can brainstorm our first club meeting. We want to make it fun and special. Mia slipped her hand into Lisa's, her small fingers tightening around her mother's thumb. It was a protective gesture, one that made Lisa feel both comforted and anxious at the same time. She glanced at Sarah, who wore a proud smile that lit up her whole face as the kids began to chatter excitedly about the club. Lisa felt herself being pulled into their world. She watched Mia's face transform, her eyes sparkling with dreams of what could be. "Mom, can we make a banner for our first meeting? Like a welcome sign?" Mia asked, her voice bubbling over with enthusiasm. "Absolutely. We can get supplies tomorrow," Lisa replied, fighting to keep her voice steady, suppressing the swell of emotion welling up inside her. "Could we have snacks too?" Mia chimed in, her brows raised expectantly. "Yes." Sarah joined, her energy infectious. "Snacks are vital. What a club without treats?" The laughter bubbled up, filling the space around them like balloons soaring into the sky. Lisa felt herself pulled into the lightness of the moment, even as the shadows of doubt lingered at the edges of her heart. Then, in that whirlwind of joy, a boy from Mia's class called out, "Mia, are you going to bring your art supplies? Your drawings are amazing. You should show them to everyone." The simple compliment stirred up a mix of pride and worry within Lisa. Would the kids genuinely embrace Mia, not just for her courage, but for who she was? After witnessing how often cruelty disguised itself in childish laughter, she held her breath, fearing the possibility of disappointment. "Mia's drawings?" Sarah echoed, her eyes wide with encouragement. "I'd love to see them. You know, art can bring everyone together. You can teach us." Mia's face lit up. "Okay, I could show everyone how to draw. See?" Sarah pointed at Mia, her voice warm with conviction. "You have so much to share. Your art is a perfect way to connect with all of us." As Mia beamed, Lisa couldn't help but wonder, was this journey truly the beginning? "This feels like the start of something wonderful," Mrs. Thompson said gently, as she watched the kids light up with ideas. Sarah leaned closer to Lisa, her tone serious. "You want to know the truth? Mia is going to shine brighter than she ever has. She is surrounded by kids who care, and that support will make all the difference." Lisa felt a wave wash over her, something akin to hope, but deeper. She could almost imagine a different life, one where Mia was no longer veiled in uncertainty. "I really hope so," she whispered, her heart racing. Before she could say more, the door swung open, letting in a gust of excitement. A new wave of children from a neighborhood spilled inside, eyes sparkling with curiosity. "What's going on?" they asked, drawn by the buzz. Lisa shot a look at Sarah, who grinned widely, her eyes dancing with potential. "Looks like this might be a big gathering after all." As the new kids approached, Lisa felt a flutter of apprehension mixed with the thrill of possibility. How would Mia handle this influx of attention? Would it be overwhelming or invigorating? With her heart pounding and hope rising, she squeezed Mia's hand tighter. "Whatever happens, remember that we're in this together." Just then, a child raised their voice. "My sister said we can have a talent show. Who wants to join?" Mia turned to Lisa, her eyes twinkling with anticipation. Would her little girl step out of the shadows, ready to embrace this new world? And that's when Lisa realized maybe today wasn't simply about joining a club. Maybe it was the first step towards something truly remarkable. Would Mia dare to take the leap? The excitement in the room intensified as children began to churn out ideas, each one louder than the last. Mia's grip on Lisa's hand relaxed, the shadows of fear dissipating like fog in the morning sun. She seemed to inhale the thrill around her, drawing strength from her peers as if their energy was tangible. "Let us make it a theme. A superhero theme," a boy shouted, his face glowing with enthusiasm. "Or a beach party. Sandcastles," another chimed in. Mia's expression shifted, a flicker of uncertainty crossing her face. Lisa immediately noticed, her heart fluttering again. "What do you think, Mia?" she asked softly, hoping for a spark of the confidence she'd seen just moments before. We could do both," Mia suggested, her voice wobbly but her spirit brightening. "Like superheroes go to the beach." "Perfect," Sarah cheered, clapping her hands. This is going to be epic. As more ideas poured in, Lisa couldn't help but grin. It was beautiful to see Mia taking charge, even in a small way. Her daughter was fitting in, gradually peeling off the layers of self-doubt. Each moment was a new chance for growth, a tiny rebellion against the fear that had shadowed her for too long. Then a girl with curly hair walked up to Mia, her hands clasped in front of her. "Mia, do you want to join our talent show act?" she asked, enthusiasm lacing her words. Mia hesitated for a heartbeat, then nodded slowly. "What are we doing?" "We're going to sing, but we'd love for you to draw on stage. You can draw us while we sing," the girl exclaimed, her smile bright and inviting. Lisa's breath hitched. Would Mia be willing to step into that spotlight? The thought both thrilled and terrified her. The room buzzed as Mia considered the offer. Lisa held her breath, waiting for an answer that felt monumental. "Okay, I can do that," Mia finally said, her voice steadying as a hint of excitement sparkled in her eyes. Cheers erupted around her, enveloping Mia in a chorus of support. Each clap, each cheer filled Lisa's heart with warmth. Mia was being accepted, and it felt like a blossoming flower in spring, a subtle reminder that beauty could flourish even in unexpected places. As the plans for the talent show merged with the earlier discussions about the club, the atmosphere shifted from sheer excitement to something grounded and meaningful. Each child began to share their talents, encouraging one another without a trace of the usual competitive edge that often sneaked into their play. It was as if, in this moment, they were all united. "Mom, can I draw everyone as superhero?" Mia asked, looking at Lisa with pleading eyes. "Absolutely, sweetheart. That sounds like an amazing idea." And in that moment, a new wave of confidence surged through Mia. She felt bold enough to take on this challenge, feeling the heart of the room surge with every beat, resonating with acceptance. Lisa's heart swelled, the weight of fears lifting as her little girl broke free from her cocoon. But as the vibrant planning unfolded, Lisa's phone buzzed in her pocket, pulling her back to reality. She glanced at the screen, and her heart sank. It was a message from an unfamiliar number. Holding her breath, she opened it. "Lisa, we need to talk about Mia." The words echoed in her mind, twisted with worry. What could it mean? Mia was flourishing, and yet another storm threatened to break. Was this message a harbinger of trouble? With her heart racing and uncertainty creeping back, Lisa faced a new struggle. Would Mia face another challenge, just as she was stepping into the light of acceptance? Lisa's hands trembled slightly as she put her phone away. It felt heavy in her pocket, packed with the weight of unanswered questions. She had been so caught up in Mia's blossoming confidence that she had almost forgotten about the clouds that loomed over them. Focusing back on the room, she forced a smile but felt the tension still coiling within her. Mia was with her friends, discussing colors and styles for their superhero designs. The laughter around them was bright, innocent. Yet, just outside the warmth of that moment, Lisa couldn't shake the feeling that something was about to disrupt their joy. "Mia, what color should my cape be?" a boy shouted, pulling her back into her environment. "Red? Everyone knows red is the color of power." Mia's enthusiasm rang clear, and Lisa felt a flicker of pride surge. But deep down, worry gnawed at her. She thought about the message. Who was it from? What could they possibly want to talk about? Her heart raced with thoughts that felt like whirlwinds. Was Mia in trouble? Had someone seen her struggle and decided to intervene? Just then, Sarah pulled Mia towards the art supplies. "You have to help me with my superhero design," Sarah exclaimed. Mia nodded with excitement, her previous worries seemingly forgotten in the thrill of creation. Lisa followed them to the art table, trying to immerse herself in the energy radiating from the kids. She could see Mia's eyes shine as she sketched. It was beautiful to witness her take such joy in her talent. Each stroke brought the confidence back, like a tsunami washing away doubt. "Look how cool my character is," Mia said, holding up a paper filled with heroic figures and bright colors. Lisa's heart swelled. This was the Mia she knew was inside. A girl who colored the world with her imagination, casting shadows of doubt far behind. Wow, Mia, you're incredibly talented. Lisa cheered, leaning in to see every detail of her daughter's artwork. Mia beamed at the compliment, her cheeks flushing with pride. It was moments like this that reminded Lisa why they had switched schools, why they had made such bold decisions. But just as quickly as that warmth spread through her, doubt came creeping back. Was this all too fragile? Suddenly, a voice from the door broke her thoughts. An unfamiliar woman stood there, scanning the room, her face a mixture of apprehension and urgency. Lisa's breath caught in her throat. Mia, sweetheart, can you come here for a second? The woman called softly, her drawl warm but edged with concern. Mia froze, the smile falling from her face. Who is that, Mom? Lisa took a step forward, heart pounding. It was the kind of moment where time slowed, where every heartbeat felt like a warning. I don't know, honey. Let us find out together, she whispered, masking her worry with a soft smile as they approached the stranger. Lisa's mind raced. Could this woman be the source of the message? What did she need to say? Was it about Mia's past, or something looming over their future? Mia, can I talk to you for a moment? The woman asked gently, kneeling down to meet her eye level. The room felt like it held its breath, caught on the precipice of unknown revelations. What could this mysterious woman reveal? Would it tear down the walls they had worked so hard to build, or possibly strengthen them in ways they hadn't expected? Lisa's heart pounded in her chest, and as she watched Mia nod cautiously, she realized that this might lead to the answers she feared or to new, unforeseen challenges. A wave of tension washed over her as she braced for the truth. How would it change everything they had just begun to rebuild? The next few moments held an unpredictable power, and Lisa was left clinging to hope. The tension in the air felt almost electric as Lisa stood by, her heart racing. She watched intently as the stranger knelt beside Mia, her warm smile contrasting with the uncertainty swirling around them. I'm Miss Davis, the woman said, her voice soft yet firm. I'm a new counselor at Mia's school. Mia, the counselor continued gently, I want to talk to you because I heard about the wonderful progress you made lately. I think it's important for you to know that we care about you and want to ensure you're feeling safe and happy at school. Mia's eyes widened, a mixture of surprise and curiosity brushing over her face. Lisa took a deep breath, trying to suppress her anxiety. Dad told me that you've been doing amazing work standing up for yourself and talking about your experiences. We want to continue that. Really? Mia whispered, her voice rising with hope. You heard about me? Of course. Miss Davis answered, excitement in her gaze. We're even starting a special program that focuses on celebrating each other's talents. Just like the hero you're drawing. A flicker of pride danced in Mia's eyes as she nodded, her earlier fears fading back like shadows. It was as if sunlight had broken through after a storm. Lisa felt her heart swell. This was the chance they had been hoping for, a community that saw Mia and wanted her to thrive. That means I could draw my superheroes? Mia asked, her voice tinged with disbelief. Absolutely. Imagine a whole group of classmates discovering their own powers. Miss Davis exclaimed, we want to create a space where everyone can share and celebrate what makes them unique. You'd be a fantastic part of that. As the weight of those words settled, Lisa wrapped an arm protectively around Mia, sensing her daughter's excitement bubbling beneath the surface. The warmth of connection filled the room, eclipsing the earlier darkness as positive energy surged through the children surrounding them. Looking at Mia, Lisa couldn't help but reminisce on all the struggles they defaced. Each drop of doubt, every sleepless night had led to this. We're going to make sure this is your space, Mia. You deserve it, she said softly. But what if other kids don't like me? Mia inquired, her brows furrowing slightly as a hint of fear lingered. Lisa leaned down, meeting Mia's gaze firmly. You know what? They will. You're amazing just the way you are. And remember, you have a whole community behind you now. You'll never have to face it alone again. Miss Davis nodded emphatically, And anytime you need support or feel unsure, I'm just a conversation away. We're creating a whole team to protect our kids and help them lift each other. Mia's demeanor shifted, her earlier anxieties melting away. She flashed a brilliant smile that radiated like sunlight breaking through clouds. I want to help too. I want everyone to know it's okay to be different. See? That's the spirit. Miss Davis cheered, clearly impressed. This is just the beginning, sweetheart. As the celebration continued, the chatter and joy flowed around them like a river of encouragement. Lisa felt the burdens of their past lifting, replaced by a sense of belonging. Maybe, just maybe, they were on the brink of a new beginning. The kids began to gather, all buzzing with excitement as they planned the first meeting of their newfound club. Mia became the heart of the conversations, her creativity and passion igniting a spark among her peers. They floated ideas, laughter filling the once quiet corners of the shop. "Mom, can you come and help when we start?" Mia asked, looking at Lisa with an earnestness that melted her heart. "Of course. I wouldn't miss it for anything," Lisa promised, pride swelling in her chest. In that moment, she realized how far they had come. No longer were they just surviving. They were thriving, linked by unwavering support. Eventually, as the sun dipped lower and painted the world with hues of orange and pink, Lisa felt a gentle hand on her back. It was Sarah, a huge smile on her face. "Look at them go. They're going to be unstoppable." Lisa nodded, tears of joy, threatening to spill. "I can't believe how much Mia has blossomed. It's like she found herself again." "Sometimes it just takes a little support to shine," Sarah replied, a knowing look in her eyes. "And your strength is part of that. You've always fought for her. Thank you for being there for us, Sarah." "You've changed everything," Lisa replied, her voice thick with gratitude. As laughter rang out and plans unfolded, Lisa felt a warmth enveloping her, an unshakable belief in a brighter future. They still had hurdles to jump, but for the first time, she felt hope washing over her like a gentle tide. In that moment of transformation, the diner felt more like home than ever before. Lisa suddenly knew that they could weather any storm together, hand in hand, heart to heart. Their story was just beginning, one filled with hope, resilience, and the transformative power of community. The truth washed over her. They were not alone anymore. The next time you find yourself struggling, remember the power of your support system. You hold a light that can change lives, just like it did for Lisa and Mia. And now for you, it's time to join this incredible journey. You need to subscribe now to witness more uplifting transformations like Lisa's. This is the moment to show your support. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and help others find this story. Comment your feelings and reactions about this powerful conclusion. And don't wait, not even one more second, to share this video with at least 5 friends who need to feel the strength of community.